Hello everybody, Tzilla here, and I have now seen Godzilla x Kong 3 times, so I thought I might as well go through the entire Monsterverse, all of the movies and TV shows, and rank them. And just before I rank them, I just kind of wanted to talk about how I think it's pretty cool that Phase 1 and Phase 2 of the Monsterverse kind of echoed each other. I like how both phases had individual Godzilla and Kong projects, and both ended with a Godzilla and Kong crossover. I know these aren't officially phases, like this is just kind of like a fan thing, but I do like splitting the Monsterverse up into these two phases. Phase 1 started off with Godzilla 2014, then we got Kong Skull Island, King of the Monsters, and then Godzilla and Kong came together in Godzilla vs. Kong. Then Phase 2, we got the Skull Island TV show, the Monarch TV show, and then Godzilla and Kong came together once again for Godzilla x Kong The New Empire. Like I said, I just think it's cool how each one had their own projects, then came together, and I wonder if the next phase will be even smaller. Maybe it'll be just Monarch Season 2 and then Godzilla x Kong 3 or whatever. But anyways, let's get on to ranking these. We're going to start off with Godzilla 2014. This is my all-time favorite movie, so I have to give it an S tier. If you give this movie a full chance and you watch it in the right setting, and by that I kind of mean a dark room, a really dark room, this movie will deliver a cinematic experience like none other. It is a Godzilla movie that took itself seriously. At the time, this was Godzilla's return, and I think it was an amazing return for Godzilla. Like I said, this is my all-time favorite movie. I love the Mutos, I love Godzilla. I think the human characters are great. Even if Ford Brody isn't the most interesting, all the side characters more than make up for it. So, Godzilla 2014 is going to be at the top S tier for me. Kong Skull Island is going to get a yeah, I'll give it an A tier. I think that movie is fantastic, one of the best Kong movies. The characters in that one were super good, and it had tons of unique monsters. I really like the Skull Crawlers being a new antagonist for Kong, and I like the new redesign of Skull Island a lot. It's almost like this weird, marshy, a lot of small islands, and in a way it feels like it's already flooding and going under the sea, which we know will happen soon in the series. Overall, I think Kong Skull Island is just a great movie. The characters, like I said, are fantastic. There's tons of good action scenes like the soldiers versus Mother Longlegs and Kong taking out the helicopters. This was a great introduction to not only Kong, but Skull Island itself for the Monsterverse. Coming up next, we have Godzilla King of the Monsters, and this is an easy F tier. This is my least favorite Godzilla movie. This just has so many things I can't believe made it into the movie. Some of the jokes in this are just absolutely terrible, and I think the Toho monsters are kind of treated terribly. Rodan used to be Godzilla's equal, and then in King of the Monsters he was reduced to basically Starscream. I'm not a fan of the wing-walking Ghidorah, and Mothra's design, it's hard for me to comment on because we can barely see her in the movie. There's so much rain and smoke, and it's just a messy film. I find the CG not to be appealing. I don't really care for the fights. The only thing I really like about this movie, I guess, is Scylla. She was a cool monster, and I'm glad she later returned in Godzilla x Kong, but yeah, I'm sorry. It's my least favorite Godzilla movie. It's going in F tier for me. Moving on to Godzilla vs. Kong. Now, I love this movie. It has my all-time favorite monster, Mechagodzilla. We got the rematch that we've been waiting for a very long time, Godzilla vs. King Kong. We got to see Godzilla win, which was awesome. And while the Hong Kong fight is spectacular with all the neon lights, the battle on the battleship is also fantastic with Godzilla and Kong. We got to see more of Hollow Earth in this movie. It was kind of our introduction to Hollow Earth. I thought the War Bats, again, another really cool addition to the Monsterverse, and overall, I think this movie really delivered on what the title promises, Godzilla vs. Kong. You get that in this movie. It's entertaining. Not everything is perfect, but nothing in it stands out as super bad. This is going at the top of A tier. There we go. For the Monsterverse so far. Going on to Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. This show was surprisingly good. I found the mystery aspect to be very intriguing, and I liked how it definitely connected all of the current Monsterverse films so far. It did a good job almost being the glue that ties them together, because some of us, like me, don't really read all the Monsterverse comics, so it's nice having some side material that's visual media like a movie or show that can help tie things together. Overall, I really like the monsters in this. The Ion Dragon is one of my all-time favorite monsters. I just love that design, and his battle with Godzilla is one of my favorites. This is going in A tier for me, right above Skull Island and under Godzilla vs. Kong. This is just a super good TV show. Maybe not the best thing in the Monsterverse, but it's super solid and definitely surprised me with how good it was. Next, we have Skull Island, the animated show. I'm tempted to give it a B, but honestly, I think I'll throw it in the C tier. It's okay. It's not bad or anything. I found the animation to be a little wonky at times, and well, the characters aren't the best anime characters I've ever seen. They're fine, and they all have fun interactions. It's cool seeing Skull Island in anime form, but the skull crawlers and Kong himself are not really in the show a lot. I did like the new monster, the Kraken, but Skull Island was kind of just a meh for me. Not good, not bad, just kind of mid. Now, ending our Monsterverse ranking right here, we have the brand new film Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire. And I love this movie. Whoa, it is not going in F tier. We're just going to... It'll sit there for right now. This movie is one of my favorite Godzilla movies. It feels almost like Godzilla Final Wars in a way, like Godzilla vs. Megalon. But instead of Jet Jaguar, we're following King Kong, and I just think that's awesome. Godzilla has never really been the main character per se in any of the Godzilla movies, so the fact that we got a Godzilla movie with King Kong as the main character, I think that's just awesome. And the team up was great, the Egypt fight was great, the huge Titan battle with Scar King, his apes, Mothra, Zuko, all of that was fantastic. This movie really did lean into letting the monsters be characters. We got a lot of great scenes with just no human dialogue, and I thought those scenes carried the movie, so overall, at the end of the day, this is going to go right behind Godzilla 2014. I think this is a extremely entertaining Godzilla film, and you can nitpick it and tear it apart all you want, but you can tell what they were going for. And if you want to look at this movie for what it truly is, it's basically perfect. It's so much fun. It's a great ride, and I wouldn't even call it dumb fun. It's just fun. It's so awesome to see Godzilla suplex King Kong against the pyramids, and to see Kong get this like gauntlet to punch through things, and it's just a super fun movie. And like I said, Mothra comes back and she's got a great redesign. So yeah, that's my Monsterverse ranking, just going from top to bottom. We got Godzilla 2014 and Godzilla x Kong in S tier. In the A tier, right behind those movies, I'd have Godzilla vs. Kong. That one I really love, so maybe that'd be bottom S tier, but I'll keep it down here for now. Then we got Legacy of Monsters and Kong Skull Island, also in A tier. Nothing really in the B tier. C tier, we got Skull Island. Just, it was an okay show. I think Season 2 could improve on some things. I really didn't like Dog. I just remember that. The Dog character, I did not like that design at all. That was... ugh. And like I said, I wish we got to see more of like the Skull Crawlers or anything that was in the Skull Island movie, but other than that, C tier for that show. And then down in F tier, my least favorite Godzilla movie of all time, King of the Monsters. I mean, like I said, I like Scylla. She was cool. Mark was an okay character, but yeah, other than that, that's just the bottom for me. So what do you guys think of this? Do you agree with my ranking? Do you think I'm crazy? Please let me know down in the comments how you would rank these movies. I'm interested to see how you guys would do it, and I will see all of you in the next video. Bye-bye.